The heck? What is this? Hey y'all, welcome back to Kicking It with K Rob. It is your host K Rob. And tonight's episode is kinda serious. We're gonna get into boundaries and what boundaries mean to you guys. And I have a very special guest on here. It is her first time on here. So hopefully whenever she joins, we'll be ready to go. Hey Lex,
Hey
hey
girl.
everyone. This is my cousin Alexis. She's my special guest. Her first time on here, okay? So we're gonna get into it because I already introduced everybody to the topic, and I told them it's kind of serious. You know, we're gonna get into some serious things tonight. You ready? You look
Yes.
good, girl. Okay, curious. Okay, so tonight's episode is boundaries, like setting boundaries, and what boundaries mean to you. So we're gonna get into the first question, and like I said, so what do boundaries mean to you? Like, what is your definition of a boundary?
I feel like my definition of a boundary is a standard or something you require from someone, such as like if you say you don't like a certain thing or don't do a certain thing and someone still do it, I feel like that's like messing with your boundary. Like I feel like a boundary is something is what you would allow and what you won't allow.
Mm-hmm. When I think of the word boundary, I literally think of like this physical guard that's around you.
Right.
And it's like a buzzer to like, nope, you can't do that. Or, you know what, that's fine. You could do that, depending on the relationship. So like when I think of boundaries, that's what I think of. And I feel like the conversation around boundaries have been happening a lot recently, like via social media, you know, with amongst our generation, like setting boundaries with family, with friends. It's just been like a heavy topic. So I'm like, boundaries. You came up with the topic actually of setting
Right.
boundaries. I'm like, you know what? That's a good one because we're gonna get into it, okay? Okay, so do you remember the first time you set a boundary to somebody?
Yes, I do. And at first, like when you tell someone like what you expect and what you know, what you allow, what you won't allow, some people take it as you being mean or you just I don't know, they just think you just being mean, but it's really you just protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm. You're
And
not letting them walk all over you.
right, not letting someone walk all over you.
Right. Do you remember who the person was and what the boundary was? Do you want to talk about it? You don't have to.
No.
You don't want to talk about it?
No.
I'm screaming. So I actually don't remember my first time setting a boundary, but I've obviously set some amongst the way because if I haven't, then we'll be. But I've set some boundaries. I just cannot recall like a particular time where it's like, no, you're not gonna do this to me. To boys, obviously, like I've set boundaries because I don't think if I set any boundaries, I would not be single. Because
Got a point there.
you know what I'm saying? Because like that it is what it is. That is what it is. And if I also didn't set boundaries, then I would still be friends with people who I'm not friends with no more.
Right.
If I didn't set a boundary.
Right.
Oh Lord, friendships. Oh Lord, because that boundaries with friends.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're gonna probably introduce that later. But
yeah.
I just thought about a particular situation where I should have set boundaries from the get go, and I did not. But whatever. Um, how do you feel when your boundaries are like disrespected or disregarded?
I'm trying to. Okay, I feel disrespected because if I let you know from the jump what what to do and what not to do, and you still do it anyway, I'm gonna cut you off. Like
you said, cut you out or cut you off?
Cut you off.
Like you said,
cut you off. Like if you know I don't like something, or you just continue to do it, or you just do it anyway, you just disrespect me. You plan on disrespecting me, so now I gotta cut you off. Like there's no other way around it.
Yeah, I agree. When I feel like, well, it depends on who it's coming from. Like, if it's coming from a family or a friend, and I told you my boundary, and you keep doing this, like, are you doing this?
You trying me? You trying me right now?
You trying me? Like you hurting me? You are hurting me. But with a stranger, I feel like I'm quicker to anger when it comes to boundaries. Mm-hmm. Like, if I ask you one thing, back the fuck up. Like, let's say somebody too close to line. If I turn around, that means that's my boundary. Back up because you're too close to me in line, and you still right there. So now it's like you trying me. Like that's a physical boundary. Folks be too close in Walmart or anywhere. Like, back the fuck up. People
Right.
don't know your personal space.
Right.
If physical boundaries are a thing. Okay, so what do you mean it's not really a requirement? Boundaries are a requirement in every single relationship. Because if not, then that's when you just have people doing whatever.
If you don't have no boundaries, you really don't have no standards. Like, you'll just let somebody just do whatever to you.
Exactly.
I mean, they can go to the extreme and do whatever, and you just go back and just let them do. Like,
you're okay
there's
with
no
it.
respect there. No respect.
I feel like if you don't have boundaries, you don't really respect yourself. Like, you
Exactly.
gotta have some type of boundaries.
Exactly.
But you know what? I feel like, I wonder what type of boundaries do guys have, like, amongst their guy friendship. I know this could be a different topic, like, but you know how guys say, oh, girls, y'all quick to fall out with somebody. But I wonder if that's because guys don't set boundaries with their male friends. Because, you know,
they don't.
That is actually a good question. Like, I feel like they need to start. And if they don't, or if they haven't, then why not? Like, set boundaries for yourself. It's okay to set a boundary with somebody.
They don't.
They don't. No. And I don't know.
Such as, like, they'll talk to the same girl. I feel like that's the boundary right there. My friends, they're not like anybody they don't deal with off limits. I don't deal with off limits. Like, you just don't do that.
Boundaries are brought up over time. But okay, so in order to set a boundary, how do you know when something is a boundary? Like, how do you know when something is triggering you? Like, how do you, like, okay, you know what? I don't like that. How do you figure out that? I'm talking to you.
Oh, me? I think I figure it out. I don't know. I think it's like natural, and then when you just instantly get mad, I feel like, you know, that's a boundary that you don't cross. Mm-hmm. When you know it, when you find out something and it upsets you, I feel like that's like a boundary that you have, and you just know that they just don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Same. Because it's just like, I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good. So you know what? For the next interaction that happens, then I'm going to say something.
Right.
I'm going to say something. But yeah, boundaries, I do agree, like, they can happen over time, but, like, not too many times. Because then, like I said, that's how you get ran over if you keep letting it happen.
It depends on what kind of boundary, too. Like, it just depends. Like, some stuff, it just be common sense. You should already.
That's true. That is true. That's very true. They said, that's when you bring it to the light, because somebody won't know every boundary about you. That's true.
That's true, but that's why you just let them know, like, if it's, like, a very, very important boundary, let them know off rip, like, this, you can't, don't cross this one. Like, don't cross this. But, like, something else that is the boundary and it's not really that important, but it really bothers you, let them know then. But if it's something, like, you really, really just can't deal with, you need to let them know instantly.
Right away.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely. Like, I don't deal with kids, so that's my boundary.
They're hard.
That's a boundary. Yeah, you should be understood. Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. Okay, so like I said, when somebody disrespects my boundary and I let them know, it's like, okay, are you hurt my feelings? Did you forget? Because I don't like to remind people too many times after I said something, because now it's like you just saying fuck me, and then you saying fuck me, that means you don't want no communication with me. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm taking it. Because what do you mean? Well, why we keep having the same conversation over and over again? Okay, well, stand up for the guys. Do y'all set boundaries in y'all friendships? Like, how do guys set boundaries in y'all relationships with y'all guy friends? Like, do you let them know, like, hey, bro, I don't like when you said that. I don't like when you did this. Do you let your guy friends know? So y'all, he said, y'all be on here popping shit about niggas. I'm a stand up for the guys. So I asked him, like, how do guys set boundaries in their relationships or friendships, any dynamic? How do guys set the tone? Yeah.
I think it's different from girls. I think guys just be telling them, but, you know, they'll just be. I think guys will just say it in like a joking manner, but they be serious. But like a girl, like with friends, you just like you off the bat, like, yeah, this is not that. But guys, I feel like they don't really just. I think they like beat around the bush.
You see, that's problematic. And he said, "Ain't no boundaries with niggas. We're just gonna fight."
Somebody said, bring him up.
I'm screaming because that's y'all problem. That's a problem. Y'all need to talk stuff out because there's no way I'm gonna get into a fight with my friend and think everything's gonna be cool. We're not gonna be friends after I put my hands on you. That not gonna happen to me, and my bitch, I knew better. But like,
I know coming back from it.
There's no coming back. There's no coming back. Like once I feel like I want to put hands on you, there's no coming back from that. And I've dealt with that fair share. This girl that I called my friend, she wanted to fight me. Like, am I as naive as sometimes? Okay, well, we worked it out, we talked it out, but anyways,
I want to hear his perspective.
Well, I don't really let people get on here because of their background and stuff like that. What they got going on, it got to be a clean background, and I've had to disrupt things before. But he said, I don't think y'all should not fight. Like what? Like what? And guys, whenever you said they joke, they be joking but playing, but they don't be taking a joke serious. Yeah. And it's like, that's not a joke. You talk about my mama being obese and finna die. That's not a joke. When they're gonna sit there and laugh at that, like, no, that's not funny. And I feel like guys will really laugh at stupid shit like that. That's not funny. That's not funny. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like dudes be quicker to forgive rather than girls who be quick to cut off. That's true.
Yeah, that
is true.
That's true.
And then that's why they still got dirty friends who have been their friends for 20 plus years, but have done everything under the sun to them. That's not your friend. That's not your friend. Just because y'all known each other since the sands, that does not make him your friend. Okay? Just because you know somebody that long, that man does not give a damn about you. Because if he did, he would treat you better than what he's doing now. And he would advise you to do better in life if that was your friend. If y'all set boundaries, if y'all talked about things, y'all talked shit out, that would be your friend. But niggas, they think they say no new friends. Okay, Drake. Mm-hmm. You need some. You need some. Oh, Lord. We preaching, y'all. We just talking about boundaries and what it means to guys. Right now, this topic is about kind of guys, girls and guys, and how we set boundaries different in our friendships. But you know what? Guys, they'll be quick to, set a boundary within a relationship. But when it comes to their friends, they mute.
Don't have no boundaries with their friends. They got boundaries when it comes to relationships.
Yeah. I don't get that part. But see, me, like you said, girls are quick to cut somebody off. I don't think I'm quick to cut somebody off. I've ghosted girlfriends before, but I've kind of talked. I don't know.
Me personally, I don't feel like I'm just quick to like completely cut you off, but like I'll start like distancing myself, and then eventually I won't talk to you no more.
Exactly. I distance myself first as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I have ghosted a friend. I've blocked a girl before, but I feel like, I don't know, I can't say she knew it. She had it coming, but it was just certain things she would do, and that was just like, it wasn't the best way looking back on how to end a friendship, but it is what it is. What did he say? He said, like, my nigga, who?
We don't hit the pass going up.
Read it out loud, because I can't. Let me see.
He said, like my sandbox niggas.
Or not. Or my personal.
Yeah, we don't hit the pass growing up because niggas done rub him wrong way. But y'all are about 97% right. Grown niggas don't really.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you got to rekindle with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. But if somebody disrespected your boundary, then I feel like you should, if that's your friend, you should be able to feel confident enough to talk about it.
Right.
Because y'all are comfortable enough to talk about any and everything in the fucking barbershop, but y'all can't sit down with y'all homeboys and have the same exact conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the disconnect? It's not comfortable. And that was bringing me to my next point. Like, anytime I've set a boundary, I don't like confrontation, because I feel like anytime I confront somebody about something very serious, I feel like we want to stop talking. I don't know, that could just be trauma from the past relationships I've had, like with, people. But I just feel like, every time I confront somebody, they're going to stop talking to me, which is bad, because like I need to know that I have people that's going to continue being my friend, even if I set a boundary. I'm like, I don't know why I'm like that. I just get so anxious if I set a boundary with people who I love very much. I just feel like they're going to cut me off if I set a boundary.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't know. I think that honestly started like back in grade school with bullying, because I got bullied before, I guess you could say. And anytime I would just like let it build up. I was like, okay, well, I don't like that. I would just let stuff keep building up, building up, building up. And then one day I would just snap, and people think it came out of nowhere. But it was really and truly me not setting my boundary on time.
Right.
Because I should have been said something, but instead I let it, oh, they're going to stop, or they're going to stop, or they're going to stop. They don't know the shit is bothering me. I'll give you an example. This one girl, you know how like back in high school and middle school, we had like desks with the little trays. This girl, she would tap my tray so bad. And I'm like, that shit used to aggravate the fuck out of me. She would just keep tapping and keep tapping and keep tapping and keep tapping. So then I was like, it will bother me. It will bother me. Every day I'm like, okay, she gonna stop. This girl don't know that she aggravating the fuck out of me. So then one day I asked her to stop, and then she did for a little bit, but she kept doing it. So I was like, now I feel like I'm gonna have to fight you because because I asked you to stop. I asked you to stop, but never did lead to that because like I guess I asked her again and she stopped. But imagine if she didn't, because like I don't have to fight you because you keep aggravating me.
Right.
Like I don't have to do that.
Right.
Over, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to fight you because you keep tapping the back of my fucking seat? Just stop. So I feel like every time I set a boundary, even with a stranger, I feel like that to me means I'm gonna have to fight you because I don't know how other people are gonna react. So I automatically think people are gonna react violently. So then that's why I try to avoid conflict. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Because that's how I am. But then it makes me like a pushover if I don't say nothing. But it's like, no, because I don't want to have to fight. I just leave everything just all back to fighting. And I don't want to have to fight where it's not necessary. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you're going to keep getting aggravated every day? Or you're going to keep letting people talk about you every day? Or you're going to keep letting them say stuff about you? You know, it's just like, no, I'm not going to do that. So let me figure out how to set the boundary. Oh, Lord. How do you set boundaries to, like, friends and family? Like, what do you say? Like, give an example of something or how you would say something.
Let me see. I feel like with a friend, if if a friend be like, okay, say like you're not really like a going out person, and then y'all go out or something, and you like they know you need to be home by a certain time, and then and you ride with them, and you out for a long time, and you keep telling them like you already knew that I'm supposed to be home at this time and that time, and they just like I'm not ready to go. I want to stay. Just stay a little longer. And you, at first, you'll be like, okay, I'll stay a little longer. Then 2 hours go by, and you still there. Like, I feel like that's crossing a boundary. Like, you knew that I'd be in the house at a certain time, and then you still won't take me home and want me to be out. I feel like that's just like crossing a boundary.
Yeah, it is.
And with family, I feel like, let me see. Family the same too. If you just tell them something and they just continue to just go around what you're saying, I feel like they crossing the boundary.
Yeah, whenever I set my boundaries here at the house, my mama, she think I'm being smart, or they think I'm a know-it-all because I set a boundary, and they blame everything on social media. It's like, no, I learned from social media. I learned how to set my boundaries from, people that's around me, and also social media. It teaches you shit. Social media teaches you shit. I have this conversation on a lot of my episodes. Social media teaches you a lot, and it teaches me about how to set boundaries with people. Like, I don't like how, let's say I don't like how my mama said something to me, and if I say something, she'll make an excuse as to why she said it. It's like, girl, it didn't recall that. Just be like, okay, different generations, I get it, but it's just like, damn. If every time I set a boundary, you tell me I'm being a smart ass, or like I'm like, or even with my grandma, I'm like, I've always had a problem with my smart mouth growing up. And it was talking back. That was my problem. That's why I got in trouble, was talking back. I'm like, I'm not, I'm just replying to you. That's it, sis. That's all. That's it. That's all. But I'm like, with friends, I actually should start setting more boundaries when I realize I don't like something. Because like I said, it's a buildup of things. And then whenever I let something build up, it comes out of nowhere, and it comes with aggression versus saying something the first time around. And I don't want to be this aggressive person, like, when I could have been said something, So I feel like my first approach from here on out, it'll be like say in a joking way, but like, no, I'm serious. I feel like my friends, my friends, y'all know when it's serious and, you know, not serious at the same time, you know. And then after that, I'm gonna say it in a serious tone. Because the first is like a little joke, and then it's serious, and after that, it's like, okay, we need to talk because I told you I don't like that. But yeah, confrontation gives me anxiety overall. I'm like, oh my god, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Do you think you need to work on ending boundaries right now?
Me, I don't really think I need to. Like, I know what I want, what I don't want. Like, everything just straightforward, and I'm gonna let you know. Like, this is what I allow. This is what I want to allow, and then it's very simple. I just keep it very simple. And if you just cross the boundaries, then I just gotta just sometimes cut you off or just distance myself.
Have you ever had to set a boundary like with your mom or your immediate family, anyone in your immediate family? Like, have you ever had to sit down and tell them, like, I don't like when you do this?
No, unfortunately.
Fortunately. Is that fortunate or unfortunate?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Why is that unfortunate?
I don't know. I feel like for me, I feel like because I'm already like outspoken and just grown, they already can kind of catch like how I act. So they know what and what not to do. Like, I don't know. For me, I feel for me, I feel like it's just natural. They just know. They know me. They know, like, don't do these. They know how. They know how I am. They know how I am.
Have you ever had to set boundaries with coworkers or a stranger before?
Yes, like coworkers especially, because they'll try to be in your business, and I have to let them know my business is not your business, okay? And they give that's the topic right there. Coworkers, they feel like you just gotta just because they sit and talk to you about their business, their personal life, you gonna do the same. No, I'm not sitting and talking with you about my personal life. I'm just not gonna do it. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that. So I feel like coworkers, yeah, I set boundaries with them. Like, I'm not here to talk to y'all about my personal life.
How do you tell them?
Me, I tell them to mind their business, flat out. I just tell them to mind their business.
You said that to somebody before?
Yes, I tell them it all the time. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane.
I am screaming.
Yeah, that's really an issue though. I feel like coworkers really try to cross your boundaries. Like they really be
trying it.
Yeah.
That's funny because they tell you all their business, they expect for you to do the same.
Yeah.
So they could go run and gossip.
Yeah.
That's funny. You said mind your business. I'm screaming.
Mind your business. Yeah.
That's actually funny. That's funny. Obviously, like I said, I've set boundaries with everybody, but like I can't recall a particular instance necessarily. But like I said, I don't think I need to work on a particular boundary. I just think I need to work on setting them and like how I do it. So like, how do you receive someone setting a boundary to you? Like if you, not disrespect, but if you crossed a line and you didn't know about it, and they told you about it, how did you receive it?
I think I receive it well because I mean I feel the same way. Like I want you to let me know right out front, or all the things that you don't like, what's crossing. I won't cross them. I won't cross that line. I feel like I like when people like tell me, like, just let me know instead of just letting it build up and then explode.
What I do?
I didn't know. If I knew that, I wouldn't have did that. Right. So I feel like I would know. Like, let me know.
Right. So basically what I have done or what I do is just let shit build up and then it's secret. Yeah. No, like I said, I'm going to work on that because it's a defense mechanism. Like I said, I told you I don't really like setting boundaries with people, but now I know I'm going to have to work on that. That's, growing. Part of life is growing. And I have gotten defensive when someone set a boundary to me, but I don't think it was because of the boundary itself. I think it was more so how they said it. Because like I said, it's hypocritical because they could have said it with an attitude or with animosity. It's like, okay, well, you saying it like this, I'm going to take it how you said. Like you said with attitude, but now we have a confrontation going on. But if someone set a boundary, like, hey, because I don't like when X, Y, and Z happens, okay, cool, bet, I won't do it again. Or, I'm going to work on it. Mm-hmm. Versus, bitch, you don't need to, a whole bunch
of for that.
And it's like,
yeah.
It's how you set the boundary, but it's just as important on how you said it. Like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, I feel like it's the way you say it too. Like, I think if you would say it like in a rude way, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. But if you said it in a nice way, like, hey, I don't, cool, we can talk about it. But if it just come out rude and I didn't know, yeah, I'm gonna take it wrong.
But it's like, I don't know how I would set a boundary in person though, because I feel like I'm better with, when it comes to stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, I can say it through text message. Because through text message, it's like I could think about how to say it nicely, stuff like that. But in person, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it gives me a different feeling. I don't know.
I think it's easier to say it through text instead of like in person. I don't know. I just think it won't seem weird.
Exactly. It won't seem weird. There's no tension, even though it shouldn't be in it, but it definitely won't be any tension because it's like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Like setting a boundary with somebody in person. I feel like the only people I would set boundaries with in person is like my family, because it's like, come on,
yeah,
we live
family.
We grew up together, literally. Y'all raised me. Y'all my siblings, type shit. But anybody else is like, even friends, just like, I don't know. It's it's weird. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know what I have to work on when it comes to setting boundaries. I redeveloped where it came from because I was watching this TikTok about, it was on, what was it? The Real? Not The Real. What's it called? The Real? Yeah, with Agent Balan. She was saying like that's where her lack of boundaries came from, like with bullying. And she said like whenever she had to set boundaries, it gives her anxiety because she feel like people are bigger than her, even if she's in the right, because of that feeling of confrontation. And it's just like, so I was like, you know what? Oh my God, bingo. So then that's not pinpoint. That's where my lack of, or either whenever I prolong my boundary, let somebody know, that's where it came from. I was like, okay. I seen that TikTok, I think it was today or yesterday. I was like, oh my God, there you go. This is perfect for tonight's episode. So I was like, that's where it came from. When I was in school, and I used to let shit just build up and build up and build up over time, when that should not have been the case. Because it's like, why am I fighting you? Like I said, why am I fighting you? Because you fucking did some stupid shit. Like, that should not be the case. Hey, y'all.
Hi, girl.
On here tonight's episode, I think I'm out of questions, but tonight's episode was about boundaries, how you set them, who you set them with, how do you feel when someone sets a boundary to you. Those are the questions of tonight. So if you guys want to tap in, you feel free to tap in and insert any questions, comments, or concerns. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's episode. Thank you, Lex, for coming on here.
Welcome.